And we're live. Hi, everyone. I don't think we are late. Actually, I was just looking at the wind-ups in the chat, TikToking and lating away. I think we started just within 9:30. But anyway, so I am really pleased. So as well as the wonderful Naked Sean, we have Benny, the Norwegian Tinkerer, with us here today. So hopefully we'll have some nice stuff, and we'll maybe have some other stuff as well. You're right there, Sean.
Yeah,
Are you typing on your? I could just see a big. I assume it was your finger, a big finger coming up very close to the screen. So, should we do a pocket check? So, shall we start with you, Benny? Do you want to tell us what you're carrying as your EDC today?
Yeah, okay. In my belt, a Buck 110, the custom with ironwood.
Excellent.
Scales and is there a Magna Cut blade.
very nice.
Oh right, yeah,
yeah. I love the wood on this. It's beautiful.
It's a nice combination, isn't it? That brass
Yeah.
and the wood. Yeah,
It goes well with the brass. And then in my pocket, let me see. A Rough Rider. It's a sow belly stockman.
cool.
That's and then it's kind of an extended part of my EDC is in my bag. I have Victorinox Super Tinker.
Oh, excellent.
And that's hanging off a hook inside my bag, so I know where I have it, where it is at all times.
Oh, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought of doing that for like in one of the bag pockets. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a divider here, and I have it hooked on that.
Oh, that's a great idea. You can get to it. Yeah.
Along with a pocket or an Olight. What is it? It's a S2R Baton 2.
Yeah.
And my Leatherman setup, which is a Leatherman Search, and it's kind of heavy, so I prefer to keep it in my bag now.
Yeah.
When I have a 110 in my belt. So there's the Surge.
Yeah.
And there's also some tools. Let me see if I can get them out. Inside the pouch is the bit holders.
Yeah.
And a ratchet driver.
Cool.
Ah, cool.
That makes the Search into a whole other, or a more capable tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another torch. And that's it from that one. And I guess nowadays it's also my traveler's notebook.
Ah, okay.
I keep that with me all the time, along with some pens.
That's almost like the old Filofax in thickness, you know.
Yeah, this one is especially thick because I have so many inserts. You know, you can choose how many inserts and how to set it up.
Yeah.
So it's getting to be a bit much, this actually, but so far it's working fine. And I mainly to just not to do the journaling, but like to keep an. This is just a calendar.
Yeah.
So I know what's on my agenda for today. And yeah, that's pretty much my EDC.
Oh, that's cool. I like the notebook. I think Cy Goggling Jack uses a similar one. I think he uses both that and the passport size one. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that, Benny. That's a great EDC. Sean, over to you. What are you carrying today?
So I've been carrying the Huntsman today, and this is one that has got. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I think. No, it's passed.
Look at the light. I don't know. Yeah.
It was on the cusp. Yeah, Huntsman with my Carter covers, and these were from Matt when we went to Wales camping.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Brought a few, and I got these.
Yeah. And you put them on yourself. Were they easy to do?
Yeah, just clip on, ever so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're very nice. They've just got that bit of grippy texture to them.
Yeah.
I actually carried this yesterday as well, and it's the first time I've carried a Huntsman for ages and ages.
Yeah.
And I just thought, slip it in my pocket yesterday, and yeah.
Not too chunky.
No. I used to carry a Huntsman years ago.
Yeah.
A lot. But yeah, I find them anything more than that really, and you're getting a little bit.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm still carrying this brick. That's.
Yeah, been at home today, and I've been doing a bit of working in the shed, tidying up. I've had this Rosecraft. This was the Appalachian Jack that had the pry bar on the end, and it just annoyed me, so I took it off. I ground it off.
I like that.
Oh, okay. I can't recall seeing what an intact one looks like.
Yeah, it's just like a short. It's almost like a flathead screwdriver, even, but it's like a small pry.
Okay.
I just ground it off. It just used to dig into the palm, the heel of your hand there, the palm.
Yeah.
But like that, it's fine, and it's super slicey, ideal for breaking down cardboard boxes, which I've done a little bit of today in the process of tidying up. I've also been carrying the little power pint SOG.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Which is a relatively lightweight multi-tool, but it's got plenty of tools, and the jaws open so wide on this.
Yeah.
But it's lightweight, little carry. Barely know you've got it on your.
And it's a bit more substantial than the Gerber dime you were carrying.
That's right. Yeah. And it's got the pocket clip, so you can clip it in. I don't find it's just overly noticeable, really. So yeah, it's a handy little bit of kit, really.
Oh, that's cool.
We've also had the little knife that Mikey gave out to a few of us.
Yeah.
I just keep carrying this, just keep popping it in my pocket, because you don't know it's there barely, but it's just a handy little blade if you need to do anything very lightweight, or cut a bit of thread or cut a bit of string, whatever.
Yeah, if I'm wearing jeans, I tend to pop that in the fifth pocket. It fits.
Yeah, well, I've got it in this little slip, and with having that tab on it, it's just you can just sort of fish it out, and if you stick your hand in your pocket, as soon as I feel that, I know what it is, so I can just grab it if I need it.
I think that's the key thing about making things, as Benny did with his clip in his bag. It's making things easy to find is the way forward, isn't it? So that you can get stuff exactly when you want it, not have to furk about for it for too long. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Anything else?
Not really. I've been at home really most of the day. Popped out briefly this morning, but there is something else. When we nipped out earlier, I had my wallet, and every time we do this, I forget to mention this, and it's always in my wallet. And it's the little Duke.
Ah, okay.
And every time we've done, afterwards, I keep thinking, oh, damn it, I didn't mention this.
I need to get myself one of those just because
such a great little knife, and this was a gift from Elan last year.
Yeah.
For my birthday. But it's a super slicey little blade, very lightweight. It's very sort of similar size to a where is it? You got your Bantam, your Alox Bantam. Hang on, I'm going the wrong way. So it's not dissimilar in thickness.
Yeah, because the Bantam fits in a wallet really well.
Yeah,
it's
slightly longer,
slimmer.
Yeah, slightly, but the blade is, like I say, it's a little razor.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, that's me.
That's great. I just do mine, and then I think we've had a few questions in the chat, so I didn't want to interrupt because this is the thing. And apologies to people in the chat. I do get interested in what people are saying on the screen, so I forget to check. But I've been keeping an eye, so I'll come back to it. Yeah, as I said, I'm still carrying this brick with the lovely Victorinox belt clip. It does make a huge difference, but it does weigh my belt down a bit. But I've got another 3 days of this to carry it, and I'm going to do a video about what I've thought and how I think the best way to carry and whether I would still want to carry it. So I won't spoil that. It's not quite a carry, but it's something that I was given on Friday night, and if you can see this, so apologies, Mikey, if you're watching, and if you're not watching, why aren't I? He's here, just in time. So my son was on holiday, and he was looking at some knives, and then he saw this, and he thought I might like it. I think this is a number 3. Can you see?
Yeah.
So I can't believe what the number 1 is like, because this is tiny. But the thing, I mean, my normal complaints about grinding, that the
grinder.
See the grind on this is fine, and it's super slicey. Although I'm not good at demonstrating it. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. I need to find a use. And then the other thing that came, which caused a lot of problems with the parcel, this is a Temu titanium fruit fork, which I thought would make a great addition, because I love the tactical chip fork that I got from Mikey, but I carry that in my work bag. But in a couple of my other kits, I thought something like this might be really useful, just if you've, just as an extra chip fork or something. And this was about £1.50 or something on Temu. So, but because it's a fork, and this is the good old British post office, I had to sign for it, and it just caused the parcel to be delayed a lot. So I don't know why they think an over 18 has to sign for a fruit fork, Anyway, and then just 2 other things. I'm still carrying a notebook and my Parker pen. So this is my bullet journal that I record all of my stuff and things in. So and then shameless plug for Rover Von, who were kind enough to send me the little A8. And a big shout out to TK, who, watching his video on this, because they've been sending them out to lots of people, I can now use it. So and I can do the different modes. I won't bore you here with it, but it's a really nice little pocket torch, actually. A lot of features. Once you get used to all of the things that the one button does and how many clicks you have to do to switch between modes, then it's pretty good. And it's got a really nice magnet on the back. There's an option for a magnet on the base as well, but a great little pocket torch. So I'm just carrying it for the week because I promised to do a review on it. So I'll do that soon. Right. Let me just quickly go to the chat and just to see who's in. and some people got in really early. So Chris was the first one with then I think Holden came in second, which is great. So as usual, good to have you both here, and Blading Wales as well. So that's great, Tony. Slippy, great to have you here as well. And just going down, Chirk. So Chirk is our normal moderator. So, and he's our timekeeper as well. So a little ahead of time, he's warning us that we might be late. So that's good. Good to have you here, Nige, as well. And Was, great to have you back here. Sean, good to see you. And I'm just, I just want to check if I missed a question, because there was a question. So yeah, so Slippy, I don't think I've got a. So hopefully my fruit fork will do. Yeah, was saying he's got a super tinker with brass scales and black parts. That's ready, ready to get it. Right. Okay. I'll try and get a picture to cover up that blank bit of wall. Okay, that's right. We've got a question from Phoenix Fireheart. So, can we suggest to him whether he should buy the Knipex Cobra XS or Pliers Wrench XS to go along with his Leatherman Charge? Any thoughts on that?
I really like the Knipex.
I don't have either, so I'm not the best person to ask.
But
I've got the in a Knipex pouch. I've got the Cobra XS. I just put some little shrink sleeves on. I think it's okay. I would probably, if you can manage it, I would go slightly bigger, maybe the 125mm one. I think that's better. The jaws, if you can see, are very grippy, whereas on the Pliers wrench, they're smooth. So you just have to be careful what you're using this on. If it's anything chrome, then you wouldn't want to use it. But other than that, can't really say much more than that. But I do use these a lot. I just don't carry them on my person every day. I found I don't use pliers a lot in at all.
and if
hi,
I
Joseph.
would carry the Knipex, I would leave the other pliers at home.
Yeah,
I wouldn't bring a Leatherman and the Knipex. But
yeah, I think that's a good point.
You have a screwdriver or something and a Knipex.
Yeah,
Knipex is a better plier than the Leatherman. So
yeah, I mean, I have the if I want to take it out, I have the Knipex and the Victorinox bit tool, which is a really good combination. And if not, you can use one of the small ratchets, like the bike tool one. That's quite good, or the toe peak ratchet, or I mean, there's a Sealy ratchet as well, which is cool if you're into ratchets. That is. Somehow I've ended up with about 3 or 4, I think. Yeah. So Joseph, great to have you here as well. And Phoenix again. Yeah, of course you can say something, Phoenix. So he prefers the Explorer's hook and scissors placement over the Huntsman. I'd have to get them out to check. I hadn't noticed that they were different, actually. I'll have to have a look. I quite like the Explorer, but it's even more chunky than the Huntsman. But it's got the inline Phillips screwdriver, which is great. It looks like we've got Mikey here, which is good. And hi, Phoenix. You're from India, right? Okay. They're not. You can't get those there. Stuart McRae, good to have you here as well, and Greg Vanderlip, and of course Baxter, who was on the show last week. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. And yeah, so yeah, Joseph, I think Knipex tend to be very popular And they do a lot for the size. It's just whether you think you actually need to carry one of those around with you. But I'm not a big Leatherman fan, and in fact, I gave mine away. So TK, good to have you here. I hear we managed to get a plug in on your show, so a reverse plug back to Slippy and TK's show. I think most people here watch that too, but if you missed it, go back and watch it. I think I saw the first 50 minutes, and I'll be catching the rest later. Thanks for the visual plug, Sean. Good to have that. And Griff. Good to have Griff here as well. I think I've done most of the shout outs. If I've missed you, then make a comment partway through, and I'll try and get you. I'll try and get you in. And Was is saying, so the Barco 100 millimeter, and I'm sure the Barcos are cheaper than the Knipex because they're popular. They've got a little bit expensive for what they are. So anyway, enough of that. A quick beverage check. So Benny, what sort of beverage are you drinking this evening?
Right now I'm drinking a cup of coffee.
I like it. I like the mug. That's very good.
Yeah.
It goes along with your logo, which I was very jealous of Benny being able to put his logo in the top of his picture there. So I'm gonna have to work out how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great stuff.
And also,
sure.
I do have some. I do also have a beer.
Oh.
And I came across this one from a Norwegian microbrewery, and it's called Ink and Dagger. And I thought that was perfect for this live.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah,
I love the artwork on it as well.
It's a session IPA.
Oh, so what? It's not too strong then, because it looks like it should be like 10% or something. So I guess it's about 3 or 4.
Yeah, 4.2.
Yeah, that's a good session beer. It looks fantastic.
I was looking for a Newcastle Pale Ale.
Yeah,
because it's from Great Britain and it's a nice beer, but I couldn't find it. But I did find some Guinness.
Okay, a stout.
So I brought that as well. So that's what I'm drinking tonight.
Excellent.
Nice.
And Sean?
Well, I just finished a coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm now on some blackcurrant and apple juice.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent
stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I think you've done well. I managed dry January, but by the end of it, I was fancying a beer, and my beer tonight is a Heatherwood. I think this is a little special, which is a porter. It's a dark, sleek, and malted. So, and I didn't realize that porter came before the stouts, and that I was looking this up earlier, and that a stout like Guinness, its name is from being called a stout porter, because originally it was a stronger beer than the porter, and then they sort of dropped the porter part. Look, see, Ben is showing off his overhead camera now as well, which is excellent. And great to see the Randy sticker as well, Benny. That's cool. If people don't know, and I think I forgot to show it at the start. Let me just pop it up.
And this, I have to say thank you very much to Tony for this one.
Well done, Tony. Tony is the king of stickers.
Yeah, he sent me this one.
Fantastic.
And, I'm very grateful for this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And if people don't know, the reason we call this live stream the Wasteland Survival Guide was just to remind us of Randy, who used to do the live streams with us previously, and I thought it'd be good to keep the Wasteland Survival Guide going, even though poor Randy's not with us. It was great having a chat with Joy earlier as well. So thanks to Elan for setting that up. That was great. Okay. Good to have Jonathan here as well. Pen and Pen Blades. So great to have you here in the chat, Jonathan. So this episode's about Benny, really, as it's his first time on the show. I get to ask him lots of intrusive questions, and hopefully he'll answer them, and we learn a bit more about him and his channel. So do you remember what your first sort of knife was, Benny, that sort of got you started with EDC and this sort of stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. My first knife, it was probably some kind of a scout knife or something when I was just a small boy, and of course I lost it long time ago.
I'm pleased to hear that, because I've lost all of my knives, and I feel terrible when people have still got theirs. But that's,
I can see. Yeah, it would probably be something like this. Let me see. If I can show something like this. It's just a small knife. This is a Mora knife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen a Mora quite like that.
Yeah, it's made for children. It's quite small.
I like that, because the ones made for children now have a razor sharp edge but a rounded tip.
Yeah, this one for sure doesn't have a rounded tip. This one is rather pointy.
That was when you could trust children not to stab each other with it, which 99% of children wouldn't do, but everything's around the 1%, I guess. I like that. That's a really cool children's knife.
So yeah, that's
that's cool.
That's probably my first knife.
Yeah.
So,
and do you remember any of the other ones along the way?
The one I remember making me feel kind of special, you know, the first knife you get and you feel that you can do anything. That was a Buck 110, or maybe a Buck 110 replica of some sort, or a copy, but at least it was a knife like this. And of course I've lost that one as well, but I can still remember the way it felt the first time I held it.
Yeah,
because of the weight, and it's kind of a substantial knife. It's that's probably the knife that made me collect knives and appreciate knives the way I do.
Yeah. And then what have been your sort of sorry, go on.
Yeah, and then of course if I can see something, I have some typical Norwegian knives.
I like your storage system. It's great to have everything to hand like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think some people appreciate your Buck 110. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one, these are the traditional Sami knives that I always kept in my belt when fishing and doing camping, along with a smaller knife. And these two were probably the two knives that I've used more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because this one it's a rather thin blade, but it is big enough that you can chop with it.
Yeah.
And it's also thin enough that you can cut bread and do whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a very versatile knife.
I like the style. It's interesting that the sheath covers up the handle as well. So
yeah. And it's one thing you have to be mindful of, and that is if you just push the knife in, you can cut the sheath. So you pinch it. That way you can stick the blade in without cutting the sheath.
Okay.
So if you're not careful, something like this might happen, and it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the the Sami people have been using these for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So,
and in Norway, what are the knife laws there around carrying knives?
well, technically, you can't carry a knife of any sort.
Of any sort?
Yeah, unless it is for a use, like if you are in the woods, if you are doing something that requires a knife.
Yeah.
Then you can have a knife, but you can't walk like on the streets with something, not even this one in your pocket. It's not legal.
Oh wow, that's worse than in the UK.
Yeah, it is. And it's the same situation because every time there is something, a crime involving a knife, there is big headlines in the newspapers, and of course everyone wants to ban knives. Like that's gonna help it, but yeah.
And of course, I don't expect any knife crime is done with a Swiss Army knife, for instance. You know, I mean,
No, I
could hit somebody over the head with this. You know, I could bludgeon them to death. I probably, but
yeah,
but I could equally do that. You know, I could equally hit somebody with, well, the Knipex maybe isn't a great idea, but you know, it's.
But I mean, you don't take a knife that costs several $100s and stab someone with it.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, I think it's usually a kitchen knife or something that's laying around. So
yeah, and a big shout out to Chirk, who's kind enough to put people's channels up. And if you haven't already, do make sure you subscribe to Benny's channel. It's a great channel. It's got some really interesting videos there. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. This is kind of more. This is based on a knife found when digging up a Viking ship. So it is a replica of a Viking knife. So, and it's made by Helle. It's a rather small, but
so did the Vikings have the Scandi grind as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
From what I can see, they did.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I think it is a simple grind to make, and it's very effective for, at least for carving wood, and it's easy to sharpen. So yeah, it's I like the Scandi grind.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been using my Halterforce today for doing a bit of not much carving. It was more to use to get a spark, because the spine's sharp, so you can get a good spark from a ferro rod.
Yeah. But this one is not well suited for that, because it's a rather soft metal. The steel on the outside is soft, and there is the hardened steel is just at the edge in the middle.
Okay.
I did try to use this with with flint, and it didn't work at all. So
yeah. Okay. Okay. You've tried it. Yeah. And Phoenix is saying that in India too, knives aren't banned, but you know, the police will definitely try and confiscate expensive knives. So which is interesting. Good to have Rob in the house as well. So, and I was just checking. Yeah. Andrew was saying, can you carry a flathead screwdriver? Yeah, because I think that can be used to stab just as easily.
I mean, you can stab someone with a pencil.
Yes. Well, if you watch John Wick, I think he's killed a number of people just with a pencil. So, okay, that's great. Thanks, Benny. So what are your favorite sort of things to collect? I mean, obviously we've seen some of the blades there. So knives for definite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any particular sort of knife that you is your favorite type?
That kind of changes almost from day to day.
Yeah.
If I see something I like, I got that, the itch to buy it.
Yeah.
and so unfortunately I can't buy everything, but I don't have like one type of knife that I prefer. So I have a lot of different, from all the way from the espada, the little cold steel.
Yes.
Because it's, yeah, I thought it was a fun knife. And down to like this one, the little native. Yeah, so I do have a, and this is with the S90V.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah.
I do prefer the more exotic steels, if you like.
Right.
Like the Spyderco with the K390.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am kind of all over the place. And of course I also have the traditionals. I do have quite a lot of these. So a lot of Rough Riders, because they are inexpensive and quite good knives actually.
Yes, I only have the one. I think I need to get some more. And just a quick question from Tony. So he just wondered what you think of Sheffield knives and that sort of traditional knife.
Well, I love Sheffield knives, but I don't have more than a couple actually.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to get more in the future.
Well, if you watch any of the channels like Paddy's channel or Slippy's or the live streams, then Sheffield are in vogue at the moment, which is great.
Yeah. And they have some really beautiful knives too.
Yeah.
With the worked back springs and beautiful handles. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have this one though. It's the Heine Haynes special with the red liners.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And
with about,
and how easy is yours to open?
Not. It's getting better. It used to be about 11, I think. And now it's about an 8.
Mine was like that. I think I need to do some. Is there some sort of exerciser to make your pinch grip stronger? Because
I can pinch it, but I prefer to pinch it because I would probably break my nail if I tried anything else.
Yeah, it's been strengthening my nail. So
yeah.
Oh,
and it's like,
cool.
Yeah.
And then Benny, what other sorts of things do you collect?
Well, actually now I also collect fountain pens.
Yeah.
Or that's a kind of a new development, but I have.
Have you got a nice example to show? We were looking at a couple before we went live.
Yeah, I do have quite a few of these. These are like the cheap ones. It costs about $5-6 a piece.
Yeah.
And they look just like the really expensive ones.
Ah, right, yeah.
So yeah, I have quite a few of those. But what it all started with was, if I could change the camera, it was these three knives. No, knives. These
Pens,
three pens. And this one. I think if someone in the chat may see what they are. It's a Pilot Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Which is a very good pen. And it's quite affordable.
Yeah.
So everyone said that get them this one or a Lamy Safari.
Oh, the Lamy, yeah.
These are great pens. Someone like to, it's like a Lego made out of the same plastic, and it's extremely durable. And then there is this Twisby Eco, which is a demonstrator. So Now I got the dark ink in it, but it is clear plastic, so you can see through it.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Cheeto, just hang around. We'll look at some other stuff as well. And I'm just about to bring Sean on, and I know Sean will have some knives. So
yeah. So that's the, and when I got those, I was kind of hooked, and it kind of escalated. So these are my most, let's say, precious pens.
yeah.
It's like, I know someone like this one. I got a message from Elan. I didn't have time to respond to it, but this, he wanted one of these. This is a platinum. It's in 3776. It's a beautiful pen with a gold nib. But these are getting a bit more expensive, so
Yeah.
And you may know this one. This is the Mont Blanc, the Meisterstück.
Yeah.
The 146, which is, I must say, stupidly expensive.
So Slippy
yeah.
is, you know, that is a pen. It's yeah.
Yeah. And then this is kind of my absolute favorite. This is also a Pilot, but this is the custom 845.
Yeah.
Urushi. And that means it's got Urushi lacquer on the outside, and that is an extremely expensive lacquer that comes from a tree, and you can only like get a cup of the lacquer from a tree sometimes in its lifetime, from what I hear. So,
oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
nice pen case as well. That's
yeah, I did. So that's and this one, this is a Visconti from Italy.
I like the Italian colors on it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the 150-year anniversary for Italian independence, I guess.
Yeah.
And the clip is kind of funny looking, but it represents the Ponte Vecchio, the bridge in Florence, Italy.
Ah, okay.
So that's
cool.
That's why it looks the way it does. So yeah, and this one doesn't have a gold nib; it has a palladium nib.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know what it is, but it is kind of exclusive. So yeah.
Palladium.
Yeah.
I think that's used as a catalyst, isn't it, in chemical reactions?
It's 23 karat. I think it was palladium. Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
So yeah. So as you can see, I kind of go out on a tangent when I get interested in something.
Yeah.
And
no, that's
maybe that the worst is over, so I can get back to buying more knives.
I think it's good to show some different stuff. Although, saying that, should we go over to Sean? Sean, do you want to show us a few of your knives? Have you got any that you've recently found or purchased?
Well, first of all, I'm going to show you what this is. The pencil that John Wick needed.
You could kill two people with one go, couldn't you, if you lined them up?
Samurai pencil.
Wow.
But I mean, this I'm not a pen guy particularly, but this interested me. I think it's supposed to be a letter opener.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, just something a little bit different. So,
My dog wanted to join in. I think she.
joining with what?
So what else have you got, Sean? Have you got any?
So, Benny showed a bit of desert ironwood earlier on that book in Magna Cut, the custom one. This is a bit of desert ironwood on a Ashley Harrison, and this is on the Britbuster.
Yeah.
And this is the one with the chased, the worked back spring rather. And it's got the coining on the liners as well, which is not really going to go up very well. Are you all right there, Mark?
Sorry. The dog's obviously heard something. It's okay. Good girl.
I'm getting heckled.
Sorry. If she carries on mute for a bit, hang on.
Don't worry, no, you're all right.
Is that okay? Anything else?
Well, just because
Some nice wood.
it's at hand. This is the Lanny's clip, the Ashley Harrison.
That's beautiful.
And that's got the chased back spring, which is like a vine leaf effect chasing. I don't know whether it's going to show very easily on this camera because of the glare. But
Just about see it, yeah.
and that's in olive wood. It's a really nice piece of olive wood, that.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Sean. Right. We'll just come back to Benny, but just before we do, just a couple of comments. So I think Jonathan said it looked like a dagger. I think that was the one. And Stuart was saying thanks for showing some of the pens and great hat selection too. I was doing that thing where if I click on a comment, it switches the pictures. Phoenix has another question as well. Which one do you guys prefer, Victorinox or Leatherman? So, Benny, any preference? If you had to pick one.
That's a hard one. I always pick both. But I think just because of the extra capability of having a plier, I would go Leatherman.
Yeah. Sean, what are your views on that?
I'd compare the two, really. I mean, having said that, Victorinox do a plier multi-tool, don't they?
Yeah.
Do a couple. Horses. I would say Victorinox for me, generally speaking, because I've got more Victorinox knives that I find more useful. I don't use pliers that often. I use some of the other tools on the Victorinox probably more. But if I was going somewhere more remote, I'd probably go with the Leatherman because of just the extra.
It's probably a bit more useful, isn't it? Because I'm generally a Victorinox guy because I just never seem to use pliers much, and these don't really compare to a Leatherman. These are more like glorified tweezers, really. These ones.
But I must say that the multi-tool from Victorinox is better than the Leatherman.
Yeah.
It is tighter. It's a higher quality tool.
Yeah, it's reassuringly expensive, and unfortunately, it has a locking blade, so I can't carry that in the UK either, really. So, but anyway, thanks for that. Yes, so, so I think they're okay. I think it depends what you sort of need, really. So Benny, just going back to finding a bit more about you. So what sort of YouTube channels did you watch before you had your channel?
Oh, the one that springs to mind is Big Red EDC. That was one of the first ones, and along with Grateful Panic, because both of them started their channels about the same time, and I was fortunate enough that they would help me to acquire some knives that I couldn't get here in Norway. So
right.
I did buy some knives, and they received them for me, and they did a review of them, and then they sent it to me.
Oh, fantastic.
So, yeah, so they got some, yeah, they got to use them on their channels and do reviews of them, and I got the knife, so that was a perfect arrangement.
Yeah.
So I used to watch Big Red and Grateful Panic a lot.
Yeah.
But then again, I watch a lot of channels, so I have like Nick Shabazz. I think everyone was watching him, or maybe still are doing that. And a channel like Jeff Jewell, if you heard of him, he's a great freehand sharpener.
Oh, I haven't seen him.
No, I really recommend checking out his channels. He's great at freehand sharpening and testing different stones and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, I'll have to do that. My sort of go-to sharpening channel is Outdoors 55.
Yeah.
And he's got some good stuff. And I bought the Sharple dual grit diamond stone on that was one of his strong recommendations, and it's a fantastic sharpening stone. Oh, cool. So quite a mix of channels there. And then what made you decide that you wanted to have a channel yourself?
Initially, it was just being kind of more an active part of the community. There are a lot of people who have channels, and I wanted to just share what I know and what I can do. So like sharpening knives and stuff. I find that I don't do knife reviews very well, not compared to all the other great channels.
Yeah.
Take Slippy for example, and yourself, you do reviews fantastically, and so I feel I don't have much to contribute there, but maybe from freehand sharpening and sharpening with a Tormek and some outdoor cooking and stuff. So
I liked your outdoor cooking video. I thought that was cool. And I think the sharpening ones are a bit different. I think Slippy does much better reviews than I do. I try and do comparisons, which I find a bit. I find doing a straightforward knife review a bit boring. I sort of like to put a little twist on it, but that's cool. I think it's good. And is there anything is there anything that that you would say to somebody who is thinking about starting a channel but hasn't yet? Is there anything you'd say to them?
No, just do it.
Yeah.
Find something you want to do and just do it, because in the beginning I think everyone is trying to find what's the right fit for them and what they want to do with their channel, and you try different things, so you need to get that experience. So it's just to start. Don't expect to do the best video on YouTube the first time. Just take your phone and make a video. That's it's and with the phones today, it's a great picture quality, so you can do a really professional looking video with just the phone.
I think it makes it easier, doesn't it? I started off with a camera and switched to a phone because the phone was better, and just easier to use and set up and things. So, that's cool. And what have been some of your challenges, both as a collector and a YouTuber,
Well, as a collector, it's kind of money, I guess,
Yeah.
economy, not having enough. That's
Do you trade stuff, Benny, or do you just keep it?
no, I don't really trade stuff. There has been a couple of times where I've had to sell something to afford other expenses, but if I can, I like to buy and to keep everything.
Yeah.
So that's the way it's been up till now. So
Yeah.
but I don't know what's going to happen in the future because it's I kind of go off in, like I say, on a tangent here and there, and things changes from week to week. So yeah, and now it's summertime, and I'm gonna spend probably more money on camping equipment and stuff. So
Yeah.
I already started. I bought one more Trangia Storm gas burner.
Yeah.
These are great. These are the new model. So I will probably be buying more camping equipment now that the summer is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
when it
like
comes
the Trangia Storm. It's a bit fierce though. You have to have it. Most of the time, I have it turned right down because it can throw out a lot of heat. Yeah.
yeah, but you can fine tune it.
Yeah.
The latest version you can. It's much better than all the others. You can fine tune it to just a tiny flame.
Yeah.
So if you want just something to simmer, it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sean, any other recent finds from you? Any recent knife finds or?
Couple I picked up yesterday. So where's that? Do a comparison of, if I can find it, which I'm not going to be able to do.
That's a bit harsh. Chirk is saying, don't let Sean do the cooking when camping. He'll burn the campsite down. He had one bad experience with his stove.
Yeah, I can't see the one I was looking for, but basically, a lot of people will be familiar with the Richards Sheffield pocket knives with the clamshell covers.
Yeah.
The thought I had one here, but I can't see it. But anyway, yesterday I found a Richards, but it's pinned.
Oh,
and
that's a bit different, yeah.
It's synthetics. It's like a stag along, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, so it's one that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
And it's a camp knife, basically, sports
Yeah.
knife, camp knife. It's got the fishing disgorger scaler tool on it as well. Bail, which is intact and fairly good shape, really. Usually these get lost or bent.
Any idea how old it is, or?
No, not. Only kind of a guesstimate of 60s, 70s, possibly. Might be earlier. Can't really tell from the tang stumps. It's just the usual, because there is quite a different variety of Richards tang stumps, and this is the one that I'm kind of was familiar with in the early 70s when I was growing up. But whether that is a clue to its age, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was one found yesterday. Also, this little penknife, which is a CK Carl Cameling. It's in like a buffalo horn covers.
Oh, that's cool.
Brass liners. It's in fairly good shape. The main blade, the tip's a bit rounded off over just needs tidying up.
It's had some wear, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably been used inappropriately by somebody and lost the tip, but not very badly. It just needs trying to get used to this camera being where it is. You can't really see very well, but it's just it's a bit rounded over. But it was a decent fine, good snap. This one was a bargain. This is a Girl Guides knife.
All right.
So you've got the marlin spike.
For undoing those knots.
Yeah, the bail, which again is in good order. And the sheep's foot blade, but it's not really done anything, right? It's brand new.
It's almost a lamb's foot, isn't it? That it's an interesting shape. It's very similar to the British Army knife, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a scaled down equivalent. They were issued or used for Scouts, Cub Scouts, Girl Guides in various sizes and slight differences. But yeah, it's still got plenty of snap on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I received a gift as well, which is another CK, Carl Camerling.
Yeah.
And this is an electrician's knife.
I think they still make electrician's knives, but I think they're Chinese ones now, aren't they?
Yeah. But yeah, and this screwdriver stripper blade is locking.
Okay.
It has the liner lock.
Oh, that's cool.
So you just have to press it across to unlock it. But it was a gift from Mikey. It's very clean.
It's very nice.
I seem to have developed a little bit of a sub collection of these CK knives.
Yeah. Well, I think Paddy says is it 3 or 5 you need to have a collection? Is that?
Yeah, I've got a few more than that.
Just a couple of questions I've seen. Well, I think Stuart was saying, is there a very active knife collecting community in Norway?
Well, there are quite a few, but you never meet them unless you are on Facebook or something. But I have quite a few Norwegian friends, and they collect all kinds of knives, but mostly I think it's fixed blades.
Oh, traditional type, yeah.
Yeah, and also some high-end pocket knives, but not as much traditionals.
And there's not any sort of knife show or anything like.
We do have some kind of I don't know what you call them, a fete or something, where they have some stores that people sell things that there are a lot of knife makers in Norway that make traditional Norwegian knives, and that's the largest community, perhaps.
Yeah.
So, but no trade shows or something like that. No.
And was he saying he saw a video on the pizza oven thing from Trangia? I haven't seen that. That sounds cool. I'll have to look that up. I've seen where you can make a Dutch oven using a Trangia or a stove where you put it on top. Elan was asking about keep carry scrap, and I think Chirk was saying, "Oh, it's going to be sporks this time." So I'm just conscious of the time because Benny's an hour ahead of us in the UK, so it's starting to get a bit late for him. So so we won't let the show ramble on too much, but we can put.
I do actually have a question for the people in the chat.
Ah, yeah.
Because I did buy a few old, more or less broken knives yesterday. And I came, let me show you here. I came across a rather strangely looking knives. If anyone has seen anything like this.
It looks a bit like, what's the blade like on it, Benny? Is there a bit like a sodbuster?
No, it's...
So it could be a budding knife, or it could be a corn knife for corn, you know, when the corns you get on your feet.
Yeah. It is actually a German. Let me see here. If you can see there.
Hugo Collar?
Yeah, it's Hugo Keller from Germany.
And it's Solingen.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think, and it's numbered as well. It says number 254, and it says 10 centimeters on the blade. Unfortunately, the tip is kind of broken, but the shape of it was kind of new. I've never
almost
seen
like a bobbin, isn't it? Like a
yeah.
It's an odd shape. Yeah, I've never seen a handle like that before.
Yeah, I think I've seen budding knives with that kind of pattern for gardening, you know, for horticultural use.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan's got camera envy as well, a bit like me. That it's a great setup there. And Chris is saying, hi Chris. It's a budding knife for sure. Chirk, as usual, is saying, is it a prison pocket knife? It is almost suppository shaped, isn't it? Just
after you.
Yeah, it's a bit big for me, I think. Right, okay, but yeah. Thanks, Benny. I'm sure maybe somebody will come back. Right. Let's get back to the. So for keep, carry, scrap, I've gone completely off knives. So please don't unsib. Having watched your Trangia video, I thought I'd do something a little bit different this week. So you know the rules. I'm going to put up 3 items. One is to keep but not use. One is to use, and then the other one is to give away or scrap. So I've gone for army stoves this time because I thought that might be. If you don't know and if you can't see behind, I have a bit of a stove collection going on, and I'm working on doing some videos about stoves. Right, I'm not going to look in the chat until I've done this. So
Slippy
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Slippy, how are you going to cook your meat when you're camping if you don't have a stove, mate? So come on. So this is a vintage US. Since when was 1981 vintage? I just makes me feel really old. Anyway, so this is a vintage US Fiesta Army stove. So I think this is probably runs on petrol. But it comes in a really cool case, and I like the way that the pot stand sort of folds out. So that's the first option. The second option is one that's on my list to buy at some point. This is the vintage Swiss Army Volcano bottle canteen stove kit. And then the third one is a Trangia Swedish Army stove kit. Now this is also on my wish list to buy, which I will get at some point. I guess this was the version that was easier to carry because the normal Trangias, which are great for camping, aren't so comfortable to carry. So we've got the US, the Swiss, and the Swedish. What do you think, Benny?
Well, I think I would use the Trangia, the Swedish Army stove kit, and I would keep the vintage US one because that looks kind of interesting. So I'd give the Swiss Army one away.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think, because I've seen videos of people using those, and it never looks very stable to me. It looks like you'd have to have it on a rock or something. What do you think, Sean?
So just how many blades does the Swiss Army one got? I would go with Benny, because I haven't got a bloody clue about stoves, as you probably know.
I was there, Sean, when we had petrol leaking everywhere. So yeah, I think I would probably scrap the US one, because I'm not a fan of pressurized petrol stuff, really. I'm sure it's probably okay. I would keep the Swiss one, because I think it looks nice, but it's probably impractical. And I would use the hell out of the Trangia one, because I really like the Trangia meth stove. Oh right, okay. I think this has gone down pretty badly. Let me see. Where are we? Oh, how far do I want to go back?
Elon loves it.
Was saying Paul Mesner's channel. Right. I'll have to check that out anyway. Yeah, and it's been noticed about you changing hats, Benny. So that's I think Elon's a bit jealous of that. Yes, Slippy's not impressed. I think that's yeah. Tony's unsibbed. Yeah, it's not as easy to start fire with sticks. I was doing some firelighting practice this afternoon, and even with a ferro rod, Slippy, it's not easy. You don't need a stove to cook meat. Do you just right? Okay. Do you just do it? You just do it on a fire. Okay. Josie's saying go to the chip shop. That is it's a good plan. I like that. Yeah. So sticks or flat. So Sean is playing the game, which is good. So save 1, give away 2, use 3. Okay, that's good. Chris is scrap. Right. What? No, that's so keep the Trangia, carry the Trangia, scrap both the others. Okay, can't have enough Trangias. I agree with that. Yeah, 44 years ago, Phoenix. Yeah, right. I understand you're quite young, but I was 19 in 81. So right, yeah. Even Elan, come on. How do you cook stuff? Right, yeah. I'm thank you for playing. So give to Sean the first one, yeah, because and then carry and keep. Thank you. Right. Okay. And Sean's saying about Tristan Barnett makes ovens and stoves out of old military ammo boxes. That's good. Right. Now there's other people making me feel old. And steel wool and a ferro rod. Okay. Yeah. I need to try this steel wool. I was trying to be sort of natural in using birch bark and stuff.
Can you use steel wool with just a 9-volt battery through?
Yes, you can.
That's easy.
And I was also having a go at making some char cloth, but it ended up being more char than cloth. So I need to have another go. Okay, and just in case people want to know how much these cost, so the US one was the equivalent of £94. And then the other two are pretty much of a muchness. That they vary a lot in price depending on condition, but I think I'm pretty definitely going to get one of these to try out, because I quite like the sort of the kidney shape. I think it would be a good carry to have. Although I am working on a one pot sort of stove system to take out walking. But okay, right. I'll go back to knives next week then, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to try something different. All right, now everybody's saying about how young they are. Thanks, Elon. Thanks, Zippy. One day you'll be as old as me, maybe, and then you'll have other young people reminding you of just how old you are. Yeah. There are loads of great videos. I haven't seen videos on the US one, but there are quite a few on these two. I would have put the British Army stove up, but it's poor. It's and you can't even get the hexamine blocks anymore, so you have to go to the gel stuff. Anyway, that was just a bit of fun, or not fun for some people, mainly me. So Benny, what for you has been the best part of having a channel? Oh,
No,
hang on. Now that's the best way to have a spanner on a knife, I think.
Yeah, this one is great. These are my GCs. I just to soothe some frying nerves from all this stove talk.
Thank you for saving the show, Benny.
Yeah. No, well, I don't know. You asked me about the challenges.
Oh yes,
know.
Sorry, the challenges. Yeah.
I don't know really any challenges. It's sometimes I feel it is kind of a challenge to make a video when I'm out doing something I enjoy doing, because it's kind of an extra. It's an element that's not natural to, like making a meal and just relaxing in nature, and you have to set up the cameras and have to change angles and all that. So sometimes I just go out and enjoy nature without filming it. So that's and then it is to just find something that you think others might be interested in.
Yeah.
And you always feel that it's not good enough, and I made quite a few videos that I never posted on YouTube because I feel it's not good enough. So that's the main.
Oh, I put any old rubbish out, as people will see from my videos. So I try, if I film something, then I try and find some way to edit it into something that's okay. And I think it's surprising. I think it's just getting out there and doing it. But I know what you mean. If I'm out walking or something, or walking the dog, or it is such a faff to do filming as well. So I hats off to people who manage to do that, or to make it look as if they're doing that. I think in reality, as you said, there's lots of different angles and different cameras and setups and things. So whatever you're doing takes 2 or 3 times as long, and then you don't enjoy doing it because you're sort of filming it. So I think that's always one of the problems from that. So what do you think has been the best part of having a channel? What have you liked about doing that?
That's that meeting all the people that comments on my videos. I get so many great comments and people sharing their life stories. I love that.
Yeah, it's my favorite part. I mean, even the trolls. I don't get many trolls, but I tend to find them funny more than upsetting. Because most of the time, if they're saying about how bad my stuff is, they're probably right. So that's fine. But hearing about people's, what people are carrying or things that they use, I find that good. Or if I've helped somebody decide on, even if I've helped them decide not to buy the thing that I've been doing the video on, I think that's fine too, because I don't want anybody to spend money that they haven't got, or to spend money and then regret buying stuff. That would be a shame. And then a last sort of question, really. Where do you see your channel going?
I have absolutely no plans for my channel. I just do a video when I feel like it. That's why I haven't made one in a while. I'm hoping to do one now, that maybe some cooking and stuff. But I don't want to feel the pressure of having to like put out a video a week or something. I want to do it when I like to do it, and that's it. just for fun. I don't
Yeah.
I don't go hunting for subscribers or anything. It's just I like to share what I do, and I like to read the comments. That's what I love to do. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. I like that. I like that.
So no plans.
That's yeah, that's fine. I think I sort of bumble along really. I was just looking in the chat, and yeah, and Phoenix is right. Most people in the EDC circle have opinions and sort of share them. And yeah, I think most of the chats are troll, and I think that's fine. Yeah, and Slippy's saying he only films maybe 1 in 10 of his restorations because you get into doing what you're doing, don't you? That's a great point. Thanks, Slippy. Although Slippy is a great example of somebody who's very prolific with videos. So he does an amazing job of getting 2 or 3 videos out a week. I try and do one if I can, sometimes 2. But it's nice coming on here because it's easy, because you don't need to do too much prep for it. Which anyway, enough of chat. Sean, have you got any more knives to show us?
Well, I'm sure I can find something. Here we go. I think I probably showed this the other week, mind you, but what the heck? This is a Schrade Walstenholme, the big boy. Wooden covers, and this is a good old handful of a knife. You're looking at, well, let's say, just over 4 3/4 or 12 centimeters.
Yeah,
or just over 12 centimeters actually. A hefty old piece of a knife. 2 back springs. You got this sheep's foot blade.
that's a meaty blade, that one, isn't it?
It's a meaty blade, and it's got a heck of a snap on this. It's like a guillotine. And then the spade, which is actually quite spear pointed. There is just the angle on the top there that you can just about see.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1980s, this one. Not, well, 1980. 80.
Oh, it's got a nice action, hasn't it? Obviously, for a vintage knife like that from back in the 80s, that's good.
And then the smaller brother, another Schrade Walstenholme, but this one is in jig bone.
So these were made in Sheffield, yeah?
Yeah, made in Sheffield, and it was when there was a collaboration with Schrade, excuse me. Trying to get that etch and show up.
It's not easy to see that, yeah. Is it a blade etch? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's done like a scroll. Schrade Walstenholme.
So how would they do that? Would they do that with acid and a
yeah, some sort of acid etch, I guess, on that. Just a sort of smaller version of the different shaped spay on that, though.
That's quite a fat spay, isn't it? Yeah.
But again, really nicely made.
Yeah.
Brass liners.
Yeah, Dave, I think I don't know if many people will know about New Wave, because it's old wave now, isn't it? But a few of us will do. But yeah, I think you're right. From the 80s, it's not vintage, it's New Wave.
Yeah, I left school in 83, so
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Sean. Benny, any last knives to show, or anything else to show?
Well, I can show this one. It's one of my larger traditionals that I have. It's a folding hunter. Let's see here. I don't know if you can. Oh, that's upside down. Sorry.
Oh, that shows well on there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tree brand.
Yeah, it's nice.
So
Very
so
nice.
where's that made?
What's the? It's German.
Ah, right. Is it Solingen?
Yeah,
Or...
it's a Boker.
Okay, tree brand.
Boker. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a rather large one. You can see next to a normal big trapper from. You can see
It
the
is big,
size.
isn't it?
And it's got the other blade. That's one of my favorite big traditionals.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah. So it's not, it's big, but it's not comical like the Rough Rider, because it is a large folding hunter. So it's it has some tradition, and it's a great big knife. So.
Oh, okay, I've just got a question in from Phoenix. It's great having a lot of interaction. So, it's this usual thing about why use a sack to cut something when you have like teeth and fingers? Well, I mean, this is a bad example of a sack, but the scissors are really good for cutting anything, really, so much easier than teeth. And please don't use your teeth to cut wire or stuff like that. I did just have a question actually, and it's about, I can't remember if I've asked this before. It's about the standard Swiss Army knife blade. So I've heard this called a spear point, and I tend to call it a spear point, but somebody also called it a drop point. So do we know which it is? There are a lot of knife guys around here. So what shape would you say that was? Because it looks like a spear to me.
I would call that a spear.
Yeah, I mean, I think technically you could call it drop point because the tip of the blade is below the center of the line, down the center of the knife. But yeah, spear, I think you're splitting hairs. I would call it a spear.
Yeah. Okay, Slippy has spoken. Slippy says drop point. Spear point has the point in the center of the blade. Is it not in the center then, Slippy?
No, it's slightly, like I say, it's slightly below, isn't it? If you draw a line down the center.
And is it the same? So a pen blade then, that's also a drop point. Because that's the same, isn't it? I would say. Okay. I might have to change.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah. I think there's a few people saying spear.
I'm trying to see it's hard to see. It's kind of in the middle, maybe just a hair below. I don't know.
Yeah, Baxter's saying it just calls them either, and a pen is a small spear point. Yeah, I think that's right. Or we call it a modified spear point. That's what we normally do. I promised Benny that we wouldn't be too late because it's late here. So I'd just like to I'd like to thank everybody in the chat. I think we've had some really good questions coming in, which has made it interesting. So a big thank you to that. I'm always pleased for anybody to turn up. I will do better on the keep, carry, scrap, although I've said that before. And Benny, next time you come on, I'll do knives for you, really. So I'll make it better for that. So big thank you to Sean, as always, for coming on the show, because I know this is his second live of the day. He seems to be a regular on the Slippy and Thrifty show. I think they're just trying to boost their ratings a bit, Sean. They were probably slipping a bit, but I think having you and Mikey on is great too. Anyway, thanks, Sean, and a really big thank you to Benny. As I said, if you haven't already, go and check out his videos and please subscribe, and we'll have you back on again. So thanks, Benny.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. I haven't got somebody lined up, so if anybody's keen to come on, send me an email and I'll schedule you in. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week ahead, and thanks for watching. Thanks.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks. See you, everyone.